And we're live, Nico. So, welcome to One Night Only, a live stream podcast, which is unusual because anything can happen. It's a Friday night. I've eaten half a pizza. I've got a coffee. You can tell we mean business. Exactly.
Yes.
So,
thank you very much, Pete, for having me.
You are welcome, mate. Nico, where are you in the world?
I'm in Austria, not Australia, like the other guy, you know.
Travis.
Yes, exactly. Actually, there are T-shirts sold in Austria saying there are no kangaroos in Austria, because so many Americans go like, "Where are the kangaroos?"
Really?
No, Austria. Okay.
No way.
Yes.
That's we're not going to be derogatory.
No.
That's hilarious.
No politics. Sorry.
Talking about Americans. Hello, Rob. How you doing?
Hey, Rob. Good to have you.
De Leon is in the house, and we have Bo Mamo. He's in Germany.
He's German.
Guten Abend.
And of course, the fingers. You don't have any live presentation without the fingers, and that's good.
Yeah, I always joked that if the fingers stops watching your videos, you've been cancelled.
There's something wrong with your channel then.
Brilliant. And Rob Sale is in. Hello, Rob. I was having a chat with Rob today.
Okay.
Nico, what is the traffic like in Austria? Is it generally thick? Do you have a lot of cars over there?
Basically, yes. The main problem is I'm based in Salzburg, Austria, so where Mozart was born.
Okay.
This is a touristic place all over, and yes, there's a lot of traffic. And we're also on the highway between Germany and Italy. This is one main through road, so to say, highway. So yes, there's a lot of traffic. Yes.
So on a global map, you're like a hamlet, like this little kind of like either side of this, in the middle of this road.
Exactly. Yeah.
Love it.
Good explanation. Yeah.
The traffic here in England is in the whole of the UK actually is an absolute nightmare. But
I just learned.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just learned. What is the biggest car park? The M2? Is that right?
M25.
M25. Okay, sorry.
That's right. Oh, sore subject. I got a speeding ticket on that 2 weeks ago.
How can you?
I was doing 59 in a 50-mile-an-hour section of it at 1 a.m. in the morning. There wasn't a school, a kid, an elderly person in sight. And the worst thing about it is I was in the wife's car because I don't even have a car, and I've managed to pick up some speeding points.
But isn't it going on her?
Well, it did.
Okay, good.
And she turned around and said, "I think you've got a letter here from the police." And I was like, "Yeah, you have to write back and grass me up." So what I was thinking of doing was telling the police the car was cloned.
Did it work?
And it wasn't me at all. I was in my bed. I can't because she's already told him now. But oh, look here, Nico, Ian and Doug are in the house from Magnetic Racing.
Hi, Ian and Doug.
Their ears are burning.
Oh yes,
that's the saying we have. Their ears are burning if people are talking about them. And Rahul and I were talking about them earlier while we're on the hellos. Hello, Dan. You all right?
Hey there,
right,
Danielle. Yeah.
So, Nico. Tell me, Nico, about slot cars. Like what? Actually, hold on first, so everyone can sort of get a hang of what this sort of podcast is about. Obviously, Nico and I are like friends, and we're getting. But what we established the other day, or actually last night, the days are merged at the moment, is that we've known each other for ages, but we don't actually know each other. So we thought we would have a chat and like have a catch up and sort of get to know each other. And then we saw Nico mentioned, should we do it live? I was like, what? That's a great idea. You know, And so that's what we're doing here. Generally, what you're tuning into is not a regular podcast, which is a sort of one night only session. It's more of a fly on the wall chat between me and Nico about our hobby, like you would to your pals about your hobby, with the added advantage that, you know, you guys can chip into the conversation as well. Maybe ask some questions on what you're hearing us just having a little chinwag over whilst we get to know each other a bit better. So there, yeah, Nico. So tell me, are you one of two kinds of thing? You're like me, where you loved slot cars as a kid, you didn't do it for 30 odd million years, and then a few years ago you got back into it, or
The
you
few.
loved it and you
That's
never
right.
got out of it. Which one do you fall into?
First one. Only that just a few years ago is now 20 years plus that I'm back in.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't get younger, especially not me. You know,
Well,
I'm the oldest. I've got the oldest face in this conversation. So yes.
Brilliant.
So yes, 20 years down the road for coming back. It was actually a mate in from work that said there are some crazy guys meeting up on Thursday evening, driving toy cars. Yeah, driving toy cars in around. And I said, yeah, I'll go and check. And they never got rid of me since that evening. So yes,
they've all left now, and you're still there.
Exactly. How do you know?
Yes. Fantastic. But yeah, I've only been going to the club for 2 years. Actually, 2 years. It's 2 years.
Okay.
And I love it. I mean, I'm still miles off the pace, but that doesn't matter because it's just about the driving. Like, I can't believe how fast these things go. It still amuses me. Do you have like any preference into the type of car and class that you like to race at the club? Personally,
at the club, yes. And me personally, different. So 2 different stories. At the club, we race mainly 1 to 24, sometimes 32s.
Oh, right. Okay.
For IROC classes, but mainly or mostly 24s. That's mainly. Hey, Rahul's in the house.
Sorry. Hey, Rahul, how you doing, brother?
Hey. Yeah.
I'm Wild Man. Sorry.
And Wild Man. Oh yeah, yeah. And so 24s, yeah. All different kind of 24s, from original stock Carrera, all non-magnet, and all kinds of tires. So we race rubber tires, polyurethane tires, foam tires. Yeah. No silicons.
So this is something that I'm about to start to learn because I'm going to do some scratch building. And actually, I got sent some tires the other day, and I'm not sure about them. Okay, so I don't really know much about tires. I had a safe option. I was using for a couple of years Ultra Grips NSRs. Okay. However, they've stopped making them now, I believe. Yep. Therefore, I'm out in the cold. So what do you know about tires? Have you got any tips on tires?
A lot of tips. This would.
First off, which ones do we buy? And then we can talk about treatments.
The ones that have the best grip on the track you race.
Wood. Yeah. It's a wood.
Okay.
Oh no, wood. Oh no, because I do plastic as well.
Okay. Still, we changed our club changed from polyurethane to foam tires. The reason why is polyurethane take a lot of effort to improve the grip. You can manage, but it takes a lot of work, a lot of time. Versus foam tires, you can, for 32s, you can buy them race ready, meaning glued on the rim in a diameter. If you want to change the diameter, you need to grind them down, but hey, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Or you just put them on and race. Maybe you use some like sun milk, some protection.
Yeah.
Which you put on the tires, which brings the grip on the track. Now, if you watched my last videos with a Carrera track where you can't see the middle lines anymore, that all comes from the grip of foam tires on the track, covering that middle line.
Okay.
The good thing about this is if you race afterwards rubber tires, you have an excellent grip. If you race afterwards polyurethane, you also have a good grip. The only thing that doesn't fit or doesn't match is silicone tires, because they tend to rub off all the grip there is. It's like an eraser.
Like a racer, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it all depends on what you guys agree on.
Yeah, I think they're relatively liberal.
Okay.
When it comes to, as long as they're, I don't think we don't use foam tires. When I think of foam, I think of like what the kind of brisker race style is, you know, like a microfoam foam like this.
Yeah.
Like that kind of foam.
Yeah.
We don't do that. But we're all 1 in 32 at our club scale. So we got like normal, like these are factory stock on this bit, on this BRM car.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas these ones I got on the Audi that I built, they are different ones that I got from Pendle. Oh, actually, talking about Pendle, enough of this tire business. Just what was you telling me before about Pendle?
It starts with a P. Pendle is wrong, but it does start with a P.
Okay.
now you want me to open up the big news. Okay, on my channel, I posted today that there is big news coming up, which is actually still
What's
warm.
the big news? Just tell me.
Okay, give me a second. Let's do a quiz.
Let me get close up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a quiz.
I know the brand.
Who else knows the brand? Yes.
Oh, you haven't. You've not got that new blue and yellow one, have you? Oh.
You mean that one? Okay.
Yeah, I mean that one.
The big story is that Pioneer and Slot Car Dude agreed on working together from today on video content.
Oh, I see.
We'll just try it out. So Slot Car Dude is going to provide video content for Pioneer, and of course I'm going to do reviews for their cars, which starts out with today's delivery. Today, still wrapped.
Are you getting that out to show us, or is it? Can you not? Oh, come on! He's doing it as well. Right. How do I get
front, top?
Oh, how does this work?
Rear.
There you go. Now we're in business. Check that out. That is looking very nice indeed. I was going to swear then, but Ruben could be watching, or Cameron, or someone like Sasha. Who knows? But that is good. Are you ready to modify it once you've done the recording?
Yes. That was the plan. So I would like to do out of the box with magnet.
Yeah.
And then a little modifying, like I usually do with 32s, which means just through the tires, put in a little weight. That's it.
Yeah, these have gone. Magnets are gone out of this one.
Yep.
They don't work on wood, so it's pointless.
Yeah. So yes, that's the big news.
Wow, that's a hell of an achievement. Well done, mate.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really, really proud of it. Having being a small number still in this YouTube world, but I'm getting there.
There are a couple of questions about it and some congratulations. But before we get to those, do you want to, should we tie up our loose ends a little bit with like the foam tire question from Rahul? What treatment are you using on the foam tires? He uses lighter fluid. What do you recommend?
Okay. I use lighter fluid to clean them. So I clean them with lighter fluid. I wait for like 5 minutes till the lighter fluid evaporates. And then I put on sun cream and I just leave it for 5 or 10 minutes. And then I put it on track.
What factor sun cream?
Why do people always ask that question? 50 plus. No,
fantastic.
It really doesn't matter.
So what are your preferred racing surfaces, wood or plastic, from Rob Sale?
I don't care. Show me a track, I'll race it. I
I
want to
love your
race it.
style. I like your style, Ninja. I love it. So
because you asked me in the beginning what my preferences are, I also have an HO track in my basement, 4 lanes with timing system, and I also have an HO drag strip with a timing system in my basement.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
How big's your basement? Big enough.
25 square meters. That's it.
Yes, Nico. You know what you've just done? You're the first person in about 9,000 years who's given me some measurements in meters.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I instantly know how big that is. Like when you talk to Americans, you talk to Travis, you talk to older people in the UK, it's all foot and inches. Yeah, it's 8 foot 12 by 6. I'm like, so it's a meter
5 to 5 meters, okay?
high, 3 meters. You know, so
5
like,
to 5.
thank you, 25 square meters. I feel like I can retire. Hang on, mic drop. I'm out of here.
I'm a mainlander. Hey, come on.
Fantastic. So here, Bo does what you do as well with the suntan lotion or body lotion.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. There's a guide on that. So yeah, about your Pioneer car that you show us. There's the Camaro, isn't it?
Yep.
Let's get a close up on that one.
No. Hang on. It's all good.
Yeah, actually looks pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Because normally they drop down and wobble a little bit.
It does wobble a little up and down, but not that I would be frightened or it would scare me. This is the
difference. This one here is the one that come with the Pioneer that I've got. And then this one here in this hand is the one that I've put into it. You can see the difference. Like this used to just drop out. So that's why he was asking about the length of the guide, if it's like a new guide, maybe.
Okay. I haven't opened it up yet. So it was the first time to open up the wrapping even, to unbox it really.
Yeah. Rahul here's saying, was that in feet? He's having banter with me, Nico, because of the meters and foot and inches thing. And Rob Sale is in the foot and inches camp as well with Rahul. They can all have a little foot and inches club together. Nico, I've found someone I can form a club with.
No
fantastic.
Anytime, Pete.
Yeah. So you don't only just race at the club, you also race competitively, right? So you go to competitions?
Not much, or not as much as I did in like 10 or 15 years ago. I was all over Europe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to race a European Championship for 24 hours races. That was in the beginning of digital racing. If you look on my channel, down to one of the very first videos, there's one out of 2004 with one of the first digital systems out on the market. That was even before, or nearly at the same time as Carrera came out. It was a French system, and they made races all over Europe for a European Championship. So I did race in Madrid, Belgium, France, Germany, Austria, UK. I've been on the 24 hours race in Derby for the HO Le Mans race.
Oh, right. HO 24 hour. Oh, no, Nico! No! You were sticking a little bit. So he's back with us.
So did it get... Yeah, did it get across? I was at the 24 hours at Derby, the HO Le Mans race.
Yeah, and I went to you, what, 24 hour in HO? That must be like really difficult.
You're burning 3 to 4 motors. You're really burning them, okay? They go like up in smoke. And you get with your pit box, you get like 4 motors. And usually if you go to 24 hours races, you just get a few spare parts. So you look into your box and say, well, what are the motors for? And everybody goes like, you'll know in an hour or two.
Yeah. We burnt them. Talking about burning motors, that's what happened in Luton Airport car park. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
That was a Range Rover hybrid where the battery blew up, but they're trying to say diesel blew up. But to be honest with you, lithium battery blew up and then blew the hybrids next to it up, and then whoosh. But here, Ian and Doug here have come up with quite a decent question, actually. Do any of the clubs do out-of-box racing, i.e. no modifications, turn up, get it out, put it on the track and race it? I've not seen
unfortunately,
it.
Unfortunately, no. I've also got a collection of slot car books out of the 60s. And in one of those books, there's a description of a race where you are handed over a kit, a body kit that you need to glue together, put it on a prefix chassis that you get. You've got 60 minutes to do that. And then the race starts. It doesn't matter if you finished fixing it or not. The race just starts.
Yeah.
And it takes 2 hours and most laps win. And they do, of course, lane changes and things like that. But just the basic idea is, to me, great. You get a box, you get a glue, go for it.
Yeah.
And only those parts in the box. So the question is very, very good. And I really like it. If you would do it like out of the box, like with any brand cars, I don't know whether this would work out well or not.
No, but everyone's in the same boat together.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Right, we're going to set up a bootleg club in my garage. 10 people come round. We'll go to model shop. We'll buy a car each. Same brand, out of the box. It'll be Scalextric because that's all they sell down there. And that probably work best out of the box anyway.
But one thing we do to attract newbies is we do IROC races a lot, which means one of the guys builds 4 cars. And it doesn't even matter if they're equal or not, because every guy needs to drive each lane. So if one of the cars is just rotten, it doesn't matter, because all the guys need to drive the rotten cars. You need to get the best out of the rotten car.
I see. So your driver changes lane, not the car changing lane for the driver, right?
Exactly. So all you need is driving skills. And we even have our own class on that, because this way you can attract newbies. They don't need to bring anything, just good spirit. There's your controller, go for it.
Yeah, interesting. So it would, Ian and Doug here say it would be more accessible if we did. I think so. I think, but on that note, it depends. Yeah, it would have to be a particular brand of car, like a Carrera or a Scalextric, or a Revo slot, because NSR and slot it and sideways for sure, you need to do the ride height, because if that's not done, then the car isn't. The wheels might not even be touching the. Sorry, the wheels would touch it, but they would flap up and down because they've not been secured. So I think it would probably be dependent, Ian or Doug, on having a particular brand. I think actually Paul was telling me that A1 slots, they might do this in Newark, where they do, I think he calls it hobby car class, where it's literally you just take one out, put it on the track for people that haven't got to the stage of tuning and tweaking yet, because it is quite daunting. I remember when I first turned up to the club, I walked in there and there's all these like enthusiasts in there with like these big pit boxes full of little pots and potions, and there's stuff everywhere, and they've got soldering irons and they've got these little lamps hanging off the top of them and wearing these big glasses they pull down. And I'm thinking, fuck, thought I was just turning up to play Scalextric. I've turned up to a massive science experiment. It's like pit lane.
Rocket scientists at work.
Yeah. And then they go, what car have you got? And I whip out a Scalextric Ginetta G60. And they're like, look at it, as if it's got 2 heads. And they were very nice to me. But I can read. I'm a salesperson for the last 25 years. So I can read face and body language instantly. I mean, I didn't hold it again. It's just like they were shocked, and so was I. So and they lent us
green
a car.
Face, 2 antennas. Yes. Yeah.
It was hilarious. I still chuckle to myself over that. Did you have any cars when you went to slot car racing yourself when you started?
No, because they did those Aero classes there. So you just go there. They give you a controller.
Oh, okay.
The car stays in lane. So
sorry, yes, I'm with you.
Start to improve your driving skills. And again, the 4 cars don't need to be equal because everybody needs to deal with all 4 cars.
Yeah. Exactly. So do you collect cars?
Yes. Unfortunately. Yes.
Have you always collected cars, or is that a recent thing?
I collect those cars that I like. So it's not that I'm collecting 32s. It's not that I'm collecting 24s. It's not that I'm collecting HO. I'm collecting all of those. No, but out of those scales, I'm collecting cars that I like. Done. So
yeah,
no,
across the scales.
No specifics or no. I also like, and I also like vintage stuff. So I do have a few vintage chassis, 24s mainly, that I try and keep and preserve. You know.
Do you have then to that question? Say, for instance, you got a 1 in 24 Escort. I would assume, because I've got a 1 in 32 Escort. Have you got a HO Escort? Have you got a car that you've got in each of the sizes, the same car?
Well, talking about the Escort, I do have an HO Escort. I do have a 24 Escort. I think I don't have a 32 yet. But yeah, so especially in the HO, I mean, what was your first car, Pete? Your very first car that you owned?
Very first car that I bought was, believe it or not, it was because I got the Scalextric set before I got back into it. It was an accidental coincidence. So I got the Scalextric set to do a work event and have it set up in the warehouse. So I bought a couple of cars for that. And the car that I bought was the VW camper van, the red Porsche livery. And might have been... I really can't remember. I'd have to go back to my tracks and double check later. It's all documented.
But what was your first one-to-one car? So your very first car that you drove?
Oh, right. That was a red Polo.
Because, especially in HO, there is no body that you can't get. Meaning, whatever your first car was, you can get it in HO.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that's the funny thing about it. Yeah. So there is no body, because the Hot Wheel guys and the HO guys work together. So they copy bodies back and forth.
And what about 1 in 43rd?
I saw it. You just show me a car, and give me a controller, and I'll drive with it. I don't care. The 43 to me are, I don't know. They're too much toys to me. I know that Carrera says they're producing toys and not race cars, basically, no matter what scale. But I don't know. For what reason ever, no, I don't have 41 to 43 cars in my collection yet.
Do you know, I think there's an appetite for getting an out-of-the-box class in a club. I don't know. We've been talking about how to try and get numbers up generally. Not necessarily just us in our club, because we on average between 7 and 12. So quiet night it'll be 7, busy night it'll be 12, maybe slightly more if there's a race on in the event the next day or the weekend. Because it was, someone was said last week, it feels quieter tonight, even though there's 7 of us. And I was like, well, you know, we're pushing it. you know, on social media and YouTube, which is where generally people are these days when they're not at work. So we're pushing it. And obviously there's been the conversations last weekend with Rahul on his stream, and then we touched on it on ours in regards to advertising and what are the brand manufacturers sort of doing. I was just thinking the other day.
My comment in that conversation was, I think that a few manufacturers will start to feel the pressure. I don't want to say pressure, but the need to be more present.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like the PR kind of marketing that you expect, where you see, you know, you're sponsoring UK Slot Car Festival or you're in a magazine somewhere. It's just the subtle, for me, it's the subtle advertising. Like when I go to the model shop down the Wellingborough Road near me, it's about a mile away, if that, half a mile away. It's been there since the early 80s, I think, possibly longer. Because when you open up some of the in the 1980s Scalextric instructions, alongside it comes a list of UK distributors where you used to be able to buy it from, and they're listed in there. They've been in that building for like 9,000 years. But the point is, they only sell Scalextric. Now, if like, because I do sales for a living, I think like this. If I'm going to a town to sell a product, I'm going to look around the town and see if anyone else is there that might be remotely interested. Now, the issue is that hobby shop has been there for 50 years, let's say, and they only do Scalextric in there, but they have space. And he said that he's quite open to trying new things to generate new traffic, something they can advertise. We've got new slot cars.
Reminds me of one of my business. Sorry to interrupt you, but reminds me of one of my business trips. I've been to Canada. I've been to Vancouver Island. Okay, and I tripped over a toy shop. The toy shop had a 4-lane. I can't remember whether it was Scalextric, Nico, or Carrera. They had a 4-lane track, and I just went in there and was going like, "Wow,
yes,
they have a track here." And so I asked the owner. I said, "Could I do a few turns, a few laps?" Yeah, sure. And he started to talk to me and said, yeah, a few guys always come in, like, I don't know, Wednesday evening, and they just bring their cars and we just race for fun. This would be it. In the shop.
Yeah.
Right where it's happening. The cars that you have in the shop. Have you tried this car? Looks good. Maybe you should try that one. Plus, as I also wrote in one of my comments, I think it was to Rahul, is the biggest sales push at the moment for slot car producers are big races, like the big races in Spain or Italy, where they have 32 lanes with one class of cars.
Yeah.
And each of those 32 teams consists of 4 drivers. So that's like 120 plus members or drivers.
Yeah.
Each of them prepares a car. So that's pushing a button, selling at least 120. Most of them have 2 cars.
Yeah.
So that's another push. So 240 cars. Then they buy spares because they want to try different things, like tires. I don't know, axles, gears. So this, and that's why the producers, that's why the producers, of course, sponsor those big races, like Electric Dreams in the US. Slotted. Same thing.
Yeah, a lot of parts. The other thing that I'd noticed as well, not just the hobby shop like aspect, which is where, you know, is targeting a niche person. My son has got a job working for a toy store here called Smith's, or some might call it Smythe's if you're from Ireland. SMYTH. And I looked at he bought a catalogue home, and I was like, oh, brilliant, toy catalogue. So I'm like straight into it, and it's got an index at the back. So I'm like, oh, brilliant, save me time. I'll look for slot car. Okay, I'll have another look. There's no slot car here. Oh, I'm in England. Scalextric. No Scalextric, which was very surprising. So I was thinking, Carrera, you know, they're going to have a presence in some chain of stores like this?
Mm-hmm.
No one. No
No
one in
one.
Smiths. So
Smiths.
is that
Sorry.
they don't sell it, or they don't know about it to want to sell it? What do you reckon?
I don't know, to be honest. Smiths.
Nah.
There's there is Smiths in Austria as well, and of course, as the distribution is out of Austria from Carrera, or the headquarters is next to where I live.
Yeah.
So the Carrera world is just down the road, more or less. It's a few kilometers. Yes, they do. They do have Carrera.
Oh, what in
I
Smiths
don't.
there?
Yes. So it's.
Wow.
I don't know whether it's more a regional thing or an area thing.
That's incredible. It's a national catalogue that gets sent to everyone in the country that's on their database, because Andy, who comes into the chats now and again, Andy and Ruben, he said the other week, oh, the Smiths catalogue has just come through, so we're going to have a little flick through that. And I went, I get 10% discount through my lads, so let me know and I'll sort it out for you, so you get a saving. So it's national. They just don't have it in the UK. Maybe we need to get on their case.
What we tried is, as a club, there's also a one-to-one racetrack about 30 kilometers down the road from here. And there are, of course, races there and some young timer races. So we tried to, and we were there with an open air stand, having a small track and trying to attract people. We did attract people, but that was it. There was no more. I mean, there was interest. And of course, the guys our age came in and said, yeah, I had that as a kid. Let me try. And I've got my grandson with me and he should try. And that did work. But club-wise, we didn't feel any push. I don't know whether we pushed sales. I don't know about that. But from the feedback was very, very positive. And a lot of guys were saying, yeah, I had that as a kid, or hey, come over. Have you seen that? I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes I have the feeling that people don't want to get their fingers dirty anymore. Let's call it that way. Because you need to work with your fingers and with your hands. They prefer to
get thumb arthritis.
Play.
It's on its way to you, kids. You ain't going to be able to use this when you're 60. Not like us old fogies. Look at this go.
No. Hang on. There's a guy in our club, and Travis met him, that is 72. And he kicks butts all over the place.
Yeah.
So, yes. And he says he's doing that for brain-wise. And
coordination.
Coordination, exactly.
That's good, So he's racing. Rahul here's got one.
Oh, yes.
This could be a way to physically show people and bring them into the hobby, because Comic Cons are well attended. We have them here in the UK and they are packed out with lots of people walking around like Chewbacca and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should exchange on the feedback from those tests that each of our members do, YouTube members, like Rahul. So if he's getting positive feedback, we could try the same over here. Or if he gets negative feedback, we could still try. It doesn't mean, because countries are different, continents are different. We could still try it, but it would mean some extra information.
I think a cost as well, because for Rahul to get stuff is quite a good thing. It costs a fortune for him to buy a slot car, because he has to get it imported. It costs a bomb. So that's another thing, is the cost to race or the cost to play can stack up a bit. Do you think that that's something that can be improved on? How would we improve on that?
No, because it costs the same fortune for me to get HO stuff to Europe, because there's no European brand here. There's no European producer here, except for Bauer.
Yep.
They also cost a fortune. And not in HO. Not in HO. Not anymore. Not anymore. They did it in the 70s. I have 2 tracks from Carrera HO from the 70s. But it's yes. So I think if maybe you need to focus more on what's locally available at a reasonable price level for you.
Yeah, there's always a deal. There's, Faceache Marketplace and Fleabay. So there's always somewhere
Carrera
to get
did a flash
something.
sale just a few days down the road.
Really?
Yes.
What? So what
it
did
was
they
on, it was on my channel.
I know. I think I saw that.
They did a flash sale for 48 hours.
No,
So
I saw that. It was on the internet as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. That's right. Because Rob Sale had phoned me up because he'd seen Rahul's video about the Porsche Evolution and fancied getting one, as did a lot of people, and then noticed that Carrera had a flash sale because he also had heard you saying it. Yeah, I remember now. Because, long story short, he got it, but he didn't get it from there.
Okay.
Because of the cost to import in the end, the cost of carriage, it nosed it over another supplier, and that supplier didn't begin with P, by the way, either, which was interesting.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. So hang on a second.
Yeah.
So got a statistic here.
Unfortunately, of course, that's the thing that you have to cover as a private person then if you go into it. If you want to have a booth at an exhibition or something, there's a big old-timer show in my town this weekend, and I will definitely go there. And I thought about doing something there, like a booth. It just costs a fortune.
Wonder though, if you coming in and said to them, the event organizer, look, I want to put this on. I want to get people involved. I don't make no money out of it because I haven't got a club, but I just want to help people see this hobby. Can I come in and entertain your customers free of charge? I'll do all the setup, just need a power plug. Maybe they'll do it because you're actually adding value to the experience of their event. Might be worth having a chat with them, Rahul, and see if you can squeeze a deal.
Yeah. Well, you can always ask. They can't say more than no, No,
that's right. And it's Rahul, isn't it? So he's got like energy fields in his track. He's got like lots of that crossover, that
hypnotizing
war racing. Say again.
Hypnotizing the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Look into my eyes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Competition's high.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is right. This is the way forward. This one here. So start small at some local shows and do a couple of major shows. I definitely think if you were to theme your track, which you already have, to be a little bit sci-fi, a little bit fantasy, and then pitch that to them, like just send them the Porsche video. Job done. They'll want you in because you're going to put smoke machines on everywhere and stuff. Anyway, so Nico, about 5 more minutes chatting.
No problem.
Cool. So, what's next for you? Have you got your eye on any cars at the moment? Are you thinking about making a cheeky purchase before Christmas?
Before Rahul made the video, I was with Travis at Carrera World, if you remember, and I had exactly this Porsche in my hands in 1-24, and I drove it on their track at Carrera World.
1-24.
And I was going like, to have this car, I need to have this. Now he came up with this video.
Did you have it?
No, I have to have this car. Not yet.
Oh man. You can't do that.
Tracking it down. I'm tracking it down.
Tomorrow could be the day. Empty your wallet like this into someone's hand exactly. For the
Porsche. 10 more days, and then first. So, for salary to come in.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, there's George is in. Hey.
Oh, George. Hello, George. You right?
Hey.
Here he is. Oh, hang on. Roll was just finishing off before, so he's got. Yes, ooh, I can't wait to see that up and running.
Yeah,
that is going to be good. Definitely good.
Excellent. Yeah.
So video wise, just to talk on videos for a little bit, because you got a really cool channel. I was having since we've agreed to do the chat, I've been watching a few of the videos, and I like the eclecticity. And forgive me because I forget that this English is your second language. I forget because you speak it so perfectly. So, but yeah, your style of video is so varied, which keeps me interested because I've got the attention span of a fly.
I was sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of trying to find a style. You know, what do I want to do in my videos, or how do I want to do them? And I came up with, this is my style, that I don't have a style. Meaning, I just do what I wanted to show. What I want to get across, and that's it. I don't have a scheme. I don't have a style.
We're similar.
Okay. I just do what I like, and if people like it, good. If they don't, nice. Move on.
Yeah, forward. Do not thumbs down, people. Do not thumbs down.
Nope.
And congratulations on your milestone recently as 700 subscribers.
Thank you.
If you're watching this podcast from outside looking in or watching it back and you like it, hit the like for us. And do subscribe to both channels so you can find Nico at Slot Car Dude. Hit the bell and then he'll come straight to your notifications. And not only do you get that value, but other people just coming into the hobby get the value as well, because it pushes it to them, which is good, because I noticed that I'm seeing more and more stuff all round. Do you watch a lot of stuff on, well, I know you do, but how much time proportionately do you spend watching YouTube slot car stuff to what I call with the missus stuff?
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a thing that'll tell you how much you actually watch it. Don't look at that.
Yeah. No. Better not. I did it once. No, I did it twice. It was the first time and the last time.
Okay.
No. I'm also learning. I'm learning on doing videos. I'm learning on doing tech stuff. Also on slot cars still. I mean, you never finish learning, and that's also a thing I like about it. And if you think that you understand the slot car, that means back to the start, because you haven't understood a thing. So you think you know what you're doing? No. The slot car will tell you no.
Yeah, I found it out last week with this very slot car. I thought I had it down. First thing was it had illegal wheels. I misread that. I just looked at how wide the wheels had to be as a minimum maximum and went with it. I didn't read the bit where it has to be plastic issue wheels at this stage. So that was a boo bit. But then there's a couple of other bits. It just wasn't running right. So back to the drawing board. Yeah. I've got a week. What are you working on at the moment, car-wise? Have you got
maybe one thing I wanted to share?
Yes, go for it.
Exactly. Yes. Hang on. I just need to change, because I tried this before. I just need to change my background because my camera will go berserk if I show the body. So I need to change the background to clear. Yep. Okay. This is something for Rahul, for example.
Oh, what is it?
That's a Camaro. Camaro. This is a fiberglass body.
That's a new shape, isn't it?
Yes, that's a new shape, the new Camaro shape. The good thing is it's very flexible. I just throw it on the floor and nothing will happen. And those X marks that you see, that's spots, carbon fibers.
Okay, well, you've gone way over my head.
And so this is to stiffen those parts and to stabilize those parts, like what do you call this? The A frame, exactly, and the B frame. Yeah,
it's like a roll cage.
So, kind of, but already implemented or molded into the body.
Oh, I see. So, well, how do you make that? Did you?
I buy it. I don't do those things because
I was going to say, like, work. This is
That's
why
a
I'm
local
hanging
word
off
for
your
it.
every word. I thought you like literally made that in your basement and you were showing us what you're doing. So, oh,
No
what?
way. No
Yeah.
way. It's still work to have it
Fantastic.
done, painted, and done and fixed. But yeah, this is going to be one of my many problems. Project. Sorry.
Is it
Okay. Well,
fiberglass
who
or
needs to?
layup?
It's fiberglass layers. Yes.
Sorry,
And
vacuum drawn.
I think so. Yes. And
Okay.
the top of it is like a gel coat that they put in. So this way they can do the details, and then they put the fiberglass stripes in to actually
Mind
form the
blowing.
rest. Yeah. So
That's incredible.
yeah, this is what I took with me from the Munich race. From the NASCAR race. I bought this.
Yeah. So you're gonna paint it, build it, or
Put it
are you
on
gonna race it?
I'm not too sure at the moment. It's gonna lie where the others lie at the moment.
On
The
the
projects from when
file.
exactly when I'm retired, man, I have to get 200 years old to finish all those bodies.
And hope you don't pick any more up within the next 200 years.
Can't promise.
That's tough though, isn't it? Do you have swap
It
meets there in Austria?
No. Unfortunately, no. We're discussing it in our club because we think it is a necessity, because the next big slot car swap meeting is in Stuttgart, and that's about a 5 hours drive one way. This is one of the biggest in Europe.
Wow. I've got an idea for you.
Okay.
When you're doing your day job, what you need to do is sneak on the bottom of the plane that's coming to Luton Airport. I'll come and pick you up at the end of May. And then what we'll do, I'll return you to the airport after the UK Slot Car Festival and say that I think you was a stowaway. And they'll deport you back home for free.
Two things, Pete.
Yes.
My wife asked me today on what I will do, to whom I'm going to talk to tonight, okay? And I described it to her.
Yeah, madman from England.
And she said, sounds like a good idea to go to England, to go to the UK. And I said, yes, there's a special weekend that I would like to
hang
go.
on that one.
So we're going to talk about that, Pete. We're going to talk about that more in the background. Yes.
Yeah,
keep that
that's
in
cool,
mind.
mate. Yeah, it could be you,
and the
me,
second
and
thing
Rahul
is, the second thing is, Pete, in my video on the recap for the 12 hours race in the beginning, I made pictures of the area I drove to because I wanted to show some people that might pop over for a holiday trip what it looks like around here.
Okay. I will have a look at that.
Yeah, so I thought maybe this could help.
Yeah,
some people on the decisions.
Yeah, I'm sure it looks beautiful. My wife wants to go to Austria anyway. It's Austria and Switzerland have been on our bucket list for, bear in mind, we've been together for 22 years, most of it. There was nearly a time where we were going to come to check some stuff out because at the early stages of Bitcoin, we were doing some Bitcoin mining with computers. And we were thinking about getting a place to do hydro cooling over in Switzerland. And then we thought about Austria. But then we saw prices of places and went, never catch on. And just binned it off. So we've almost been there. Almost.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Might be of some help.
Yeah. We've got accounts. We've both got accounts. We can use that.
Okay.
So cool. Anyway, I can hear the cogs turning. Fantastic.
Same on my side of the channel for May. Yes.
Excellent. When's the next video?
I've got no idea because at the moment I've got nothing planned, nothing on the laptop.
Okay.
I might do one unwrapping that I still got.
You've got your project to get on with.
And then I have my project to go on with. Yes, my P project.
Yeah, Project
No,
T.
no, that sounds strange. No. Hang on. Cut it out.
Yeah, T.
I've
It's
got-
live. Damn it!
I've got my project with a company starting with a P.
That's it. Yeah. It was a 50% chance of me getting it right earlier. I love it. But anyway, right. Sound, Nico, it's been good to have a natter. And for everyone to listen to this is if you meet someone at a swap meet or at the club or somewhere, and then you go, yeah, give us your number, I'll get in touch with you afterwards. This is the likely conversation you're going to have. So that's it. That is how you meet someone and chat to them. There you go.
Excellent.
So now we've got like a plot forming of like road trips. We've got like scratch builds coming up. We've got stuff. So Nico, it's been amazing, mate. Cheers for the chat.
It's been great.
And I'll see you Sunday.
I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Oh yes, for sure. I'll try and be there.
Yeah, hang on a second. Hang on. I think Deleon summed it up here to finish up on. It's Friday. It's almost time for slot car playtime. Well, to be fair, mate, it's already time for me over here, and Nico's well ahead of me. So keep up. We're all playing slot cars tonight. Nico, on that note, stay around. Don't hang up.
Yes.
On that note, I'll see you all guys later. See you guys all later, even with teeth back in. See you on Sunday for Sunday slot car sessions. We'll be here again from 7:30, waking up the world with utter mayhem. It's going to be great. I've already got loads of ideas. Yes. So on that note, have a good weekend, and I'll see you Sunday. Take care.